And hey there, Rino Soriano here, the Conscious Health Alchemist, day 8 on your 30-day holistic health challenge. And I have another one of my fun food, fantastic recipes tonight. I'm going to make for you my beefy cheesy mac. Now this is kind of a spin on macaroni and cheese, and I'm throwing in some meat to kind of make it have more sustenance. And I'm also using gluten-free pasta because I'm not fond of durum semolina pasta. There's too many issues with durum semolina. It's hybridized and it harbors mold. And so a lot of people have candida and yeast issues in their systems. And when you eat that, it's going to aggravate that. So I recommend completely get off of all regular pasta, switch to gluten-free. And I have a brand here that's fantastic. I used to have this at my restaurant. People were like, how does this taste so good and it's gluten-free? Well, because it's a great product, and so that's what I'm using tonight. So I'm going to roll with the recipe, but just follow me here. But basically, I start off with fatty ground beef, and at Whole Foods, I go to Whole Foods and get to 78%. That's the fattiest they have. If they had fattier, I would get that. But because, as I said in the last video, is the fatty cuts of meats are actually the healthiest. So I start off with ground beef. Just for today's video, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm putting some organic chopped onions, very small cut up that I chopped up a few minutes earlier. Okay, and so for other purposes, you can also add peppers, poblano peppers. You can add a few other things in here, basil, parsley. You can add some cilantro, but for tonight's purposes, I'm going to keep this recipe pretty simple, just so you can taste it and you see that it's going to knock your socks off regardless. So, okay, so we're going to start off with onions. I throw my onions on here, okay, and then all I do is I throw the meat on top of that, and then I'm going to work the beef. Okay, I'm going to work this beef into the onions and kind of make sure that all the meat gets a little bit of onion. What happens when this cooks? The onions get real soft, and it releases its flavor into the ground beef. And so onions, and you can also add garlic in here. Like I said, tonight I'm just keeping it really simple so I can roll as fast as possible with this video. So I just keep adding and mashing up, kind of like you're kneading some dough, yeah. And then what I also do is I roll in. This is Himalayan pink salt. This is my #1 favorite. It's yummy, high vibe stuff, and it's going to make your food taste awesome. So I recommend going very generous on this, okay? Because what happens as the meat cooks, it's going to release water and it's going to lose some of its saltiness. So I go very generous, and then I roll in with onion powder, and this is Whole Foods' onion powder, and I'm getting down to the bottom. There is some left, hopefully, yes, a little bit, just a little bit. And onion powder works really well. Garlic powder I would not recommend. Garlic powder has a little bit of a bitter after flavor. I'm not fond of it. If you're going to use garlic, use fresh garlic and throw in some cloves. Okay, so I'm going to work that salt in, and then the onions will continue to incorporate here. So what you want to do, I need to bring this point out. When you cook meat, red meat, always well done. Do not ever have rare or medium rare. It's not healthy. It harbors parasites. Did you get what I just said? Any rare meat is going to harbor parasites, which then, if it goes into you rare, guess what? You're going to harbor parasites. And a lot of people have parasitic issues. And if you have hormonal irregularities or you're having issues with weight, the worst thing you can do is eat rare, because parasites will be one of the factors of why you cannot lose weight. So I'm only one of very few people on this planet that knows this. Parasites cause all sorts of dysfunctions in your body, and they will make losing weight very challenging. They're going to dump their waste into you, and you're not going to be able to absorb nutrition and a whole bunch of stuff. So come here, look at this. When I'm done incorporating into it, I just smash this, kind of like meat, dough. But I'm just going to smash this. This is like a porcelain type baking dish. I recommend glass or Pyrex or porcelain. I do not recommend those metal pans or whatever. I keep this very healthy and clean. Porcelain and glass are very healthy. There's no leaching and no funny stuff going on. So check this out. I'm just working this around the pie. It's basically a pie plate made of porcelain. Okay, so check this out. You see that? Now, what else am I going to do? I'm going to hook this thing up with so much flavor right now. And what am I going to do? And here I add this. This is pizza sauce, and this is Whole Foods brand. And for some reason, this is a fantastic product. I discovered it last year, I think, or 2 years ago, and it's yummy. So what I do is I lather this on top, okay? I'm just going to add most of this jar to the top, okay? And then what I do, I need a spoon, and watch what I do. Check this out. Look, 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 look. Look what I'm doing here. I'm lathering it all. What's this going to do? This is going to give this meat so much flavor, it's going to make it moist. Now, there's one other secret ingredient that I put on here. Because if you cook it just like this sauce is going to dry up a little bit and it's going to taste a little too dry. And I want my meat as moist as possible. So there's a secret ingredient that I learned in my restaurant and playing around. It's called water. Okay? So what happens when I put water is here, it's going to make like its own broth sauce. And the meat, it's going to cook and it's going to bubble and it's just going to keep the meat super moist and soft. So when you combine it with the pasta, oh my God. So here I put maybe about just a little bit, maybe about 4 ounces, okay, all around. And yeah, I know it doesn't look, you know, professional or whatnot. I'm not here for aesthetics. I'm here for flavor, okay? So I'm here to bling taste buds out. So here's your basic meat part of a 2-part pasta dish. So so you take this, you put it in the oven at 325, and you cook it for about 35 minutes. Check on it. Remember, well done, okay? No rare. And so within 35, 40 minutes at 325, this is going to be cooked, and it's going to, oh my God, it's going to make your house smell good. On part 2, I'm going to just basically cook pasta, and I'm going to put pasta to cook now, but this is the brand. It's called Tinchiata, brown rice based pasta. This is fantastic because even if you overcook it, it still maintains its integrity. Most gluten-free pastas break apart and they taste like, well, cardboard and paper. So this is a great, fantastic brand. I had this in my restaurant, so I'm going to put this to cook. And I'll come back to you in a little bit when the meat's cooked, and we're going to put this all together. Beefy Cheesy Mac coming at you real soon. Thank you. Alright, hey there, this is Rino Soriano, Conscious Health Alchemist. I'm back now. My meat's done. I'm going to finish this Beefy Cheesy Mac, my super yummy recipe. Okay, so the meat's done. I cooked out the pasta. You know how to cook out pasta. Very simple, but again, I use gluten-free pasta. I recommend that. The Tinchiata brand is the best. Holds well. And it does well in this dish, or any dish really, with pasta. So my meat's done. Now check this out. Look at this. This I roast it, okay, 350, and then I lowered it a little bit. But that's now, it's got all the drippings of the meat and the sauce, and you know, it just made its own sauce. So here I'm going to put this together for you really quick. It's okay. So now the pasta I cooked out. So I'm going to put this. Come on over. I'm going to put this in the. We're going to put this together now, okay? So check this out. Okay, that's a little tight. It was actually on the burner a little bit, so I'm going to loosen it up a little bit. So check this out, okay? All right, so I'm going to put that in there. Now check out what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put the whole entire thing of the meat, the drippings, everything goes in there on top, all right? So check this out. Look at all this juicy heaven. All of this goes into the pot, okay? And then I throw the meat in there as well. And it's not going to be too pretty because it's going to get messy. So like I just did, okay? No big deal. Roll with it. It's called life. And it's not, you know, you just got to have fun. And so I'd throw in all that stuff inside the pot. And then I start breaking up the meat, okay? And then start mixing it with the pasta. Check this out. So now you're going to incorporate a lot of the meat. The meat takes take a little bit of time. Just smash it up because I prefer cooking the meat like that, like kind of like smashing the plate and then coming out and breaking it up. It works well and it's easy, and it's no big deal. Just take your time. And so I mash it up in little pieces, and I keep incorporating and keep tossing and turning. And as you can see now, the pasta is getting coated with all the sauce and all the yummy goodiness. And I'm going to hit this now with cheese coming up. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I got enough small pieces here. All right, so check this out. Now come here. Now I'm going to be using Monterey Jack cheese. You can use provolone, you can use Swiss, and you can use American cheese, and you can use mozzarella. Use the softer cheeses. It works really well with this. If cheese does not serve you, or you're not into cheese, You can leave it off. I would recommend them bringing basil or parsley to top this. And if you're vegan vegetarian, I'm going to hit you with a vegan vegetarian recipe coming soon. But if you are vegan vegetarian and you still want to use this recipe, you can replace the meat with pistachios, walnuts, or almonds. Okay? And so here's, I just cut up some Monterey Jack cheese real thin, and I throw that in there. Okay? And I'm just going to make this melt. Okay? So I'm just going to keep tossing this until it melts, yeah? And as you can see, that looks really yummy, and it smells, oh my god, oh my god, my whole place smells yummy. And I'm just going to keep tossing this until the cheese completely incorporates and melts. And again, that's going to take about a minute, so give it some time. And I'm going to turn on the heat a little bit here to make this go a little faster. But as you can see, this is a big dish here and super full of flavor. And what I recommend is siding this with you want to side it with broccoli. You can tonight. I'm actually using. I got cauliflower at the farmer's market the other day, so I steamed up some cauliflower. I'm going to side that with a bunch of cauliflower and a big serving of this, and I'm set for my dinner. And I always have almost a pound of vegetables. So if you saw the portions I have, wowee! But that's what my body enjoys, is lots of veggies to side and complement this. So, and again, the cheese now has melted, and this is my beefy cheesy mac. Check that out. It's all cheesy and yum, kind of sticky. Yep. So this is a combination of macaroni and cheese, but my little spin is throwing on ground beef. So I hope you like that. It was easy. It was probably like 5 minutes of prep time. Threw the meat in the oven, put pasta on, and then I'm done. It's very, it takes very minimal effort to put this together, and your taste buds are going to love you. And so I'll be hitting at you soon with a new recipe coming soon with one of my fun food fantastic recipes. So I'm Rino Soriano. Remember, healthy body, happy soul. Make this and get back to me, okay? Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Yummy. If you could just smell this. I'm out, baby. Healthy body, happy soul. See you soon. Yeah.